Hey everyone, welcome back to the Mark Loeffler Experience. We got another great show for you here today. Happy Friday, everybody. We're going to talk about house hacking. Put your hand up if you know what house hacking is. A lot of people don't. I'm getting a lot of inquiries about this. We're actually going to have a young lady on next week, maybe the week after, talk about how she can buy her first house in house hacking. I'm going to send her this video so she can get a little bit of acquainted with this, so she can ask some better questions before we get going. So before we get into it, we're up to about 600 subscribers, 400 more to go. So guys, I'm kind of getting the feeling you guys don't want to see me Russian dancing. I mean, there's a bunch of you that do, and I guess a bunch of you that don't. I mean, so, what I need from you guys is, share the video. If you like it, you found good information from this, share this on your social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, whatever that is, tag me in it, guys. I'd love for you guys to do that. And just tell all your friends, come like and subscribe to the channel. And obviously, you got to destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm. Comment down below if you've done house hacking, if you know somebody that should do house hacking, whatever it is, comment down below. You like it, you don't like it, awesome. Let me know. Future video ideas, let me know. Happy to do it. It's house hacking. What is house hacking? A lot of you have probably heard of David Bach and the latte factor, right? The latte factor basically states that if you're spending $3, $4, $5, $6 on a latte every day, that if you took that money and saved it and invested it, you're way better off. Well, I'm going to describe to you right now a way that this is like the latte factor accelerated. House hacking is the latte factor accelerated for the simple fact that you can buy a house, live in it with almost zero payments. You're paying down that house, so you're gaining equity in that house when your price appreciation, whether you're doing renovations or whether you're just buying in a good market that's going to appreciate, and you're basically living for free. So you have no expenses on that house. If you're renting, you have expenses. If you buy a single family home or a condo or whatever that is, you're going to have expenses. There's different levels of house hacking. When I got started, I bought a duplex. So duplex had 2 units, obviously, that's what a duplex is. Main floor and basement. I leased out to somebody. I bought that property for $289,000. We rented that main floor for $1,500. With the $1,500, plus I had a roommate who's my wife now, so maybe she was living, whatever that is, yet that's part of house hacking. Our expenses were literally $200 each per month to live in a house in the Junction in Toronto. I've helped so many people buy like a fourplex in Hamilton where they've rented out 3 units. They live for free in their unit, so that covers all their mortgage payments, their taxes, their maintenance, their utility bills. And then they go ahead and have a roommate, so they're still cash flow positive, so the house is actually paying them every month. What usually happens is these people have good job, they have jobs, credits, that type of thing. They can get financing. So typically, they see this as a great way to get in and to save more money. And if you let me ask you this: if you had no household expense, how much money would you be able to save every month to go either invest in more real estate, in the stock market, do options, whatever that looked like? So typically what happens is these guys or gals buy the house, they house hack it, and in another 2 years, they're like, oh, well, I'm ready to go house hack again. Basically, they're ready to go buy another property and do the exact same thing over again. So if you look at it this way, if you bought a fourplex in Hamilton, kind of crappy, it's going to cost you $600,000. You're going to put some sweat equity in. You're going to fix it up yourself if you're handy. If not, you're going to hire it out. So you're going to add some value. You're renting out those 3 units. Say they're all 2 bedrooms, one's in the basement. So hey, you could live in the basement and you can make a heck of a, you could save a heck of a lot of money, right? So say you rent out 3 of them at, $1,300 a piece. You're collecting almost $4,000 a month in rent. You bought $600,000, and if you're smart, you probably use CMHC mortgage. So you're in it for $30,000 to $40,000, $50,000 type thing. You know, a $600,000 mortgage is going to cost you what, about $2,500, $2,600 a month right now. Your taxes are going to cost you $400-ish, $500-ish. Your utilities. So even just renting those 3 units, you're basically break even. And I mean, if you just went and rented one of those units, now you're $1,200, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 that you have to pay. And how many lattes can you buy with that $1,500 that you're saving? So first off, you're not paying $1,500. Second off, you can bring in a roommate that you charge $500, $600, $700 a month that you're now making more money. So your savings rate just go through the roof. And a lot of the people who do this now, they obviously have read stuff like some financial planning and that type of thing. And they're not always, they know the latte factor. They're not going buying $5 coffees every day. You know, that's a treat, it's whatever. I mean, you don't have to be Graham Stephan, guys. You don't have to sit here and make your 10-cent iced coffees. If you house hack, you're going to have so much more disposable income to be able to save because you're not spending money on a home. So guys, if you guys know someone who is, maybe they're living with their parents, maybe they're renting, you know, and house hacking could be good for them. As I said earlier, share this. Share this. You never know how this is going to help somebody. You know, it's reach out to people in your network. You know, we talked to Matt McKeever, your net worth is your net worth, right? Your network is your net worth. If we can share these, this is why I'm doing this, share these ideas with people, help them with their financial literacy, help them with their financial freedom, we can get them moving faster down that road to where, you know, maybe down like this 24, 25-year-old person buys a 4-unit property and 2-3 years later, they've saved enough for another one that they go ahead and move into, you know, and then they're 30 and they're like, well, we need a single family home. Okay, great. I'm going to go refinance my other 2 properties to pay for my single family home. And at that point, maybe that single family home is free, right? Because they've got enough income coming in from 2, 3, 4 rental properties. Because at some point, this starts to just become a big snowball going down the hill. It starts off small. Everything starts off small. So guys, I know a lot of you out there say, well, Mark, you own so many units. I can't do what you do. Well, 100% you can. 15 years ago, I was in the exact same situation. I mean, we just had Dan Carroll on Wednesday where he's bought his 6th rental property, 6th investment property, and he's bought his 2nd BRRRR. I was there, guys. Like my first year as a real estate investor, I bought 2 duplexes in Newmarket, Ontario, and I bought a duplex in downtown Toronto. You know, and then it took me a couple years to digest that before I could go buy again. I am still where I am at today because I've continued to learn, I've continued to grow, I've continued to go out there and just keep doing deals. And that's the biggest thing. So get out there, you know, figure out what you can do. How much down payment do you have? Can you get funds from somewhere else? Can you partner with somebody on something like this? Guys going to college. You know, I have a bunch of friends who, like, their parents helped them buy a house. They ran it in college. They live for free. 4 years later, they've got a lot of equity there. They either sell it or refinance and continue running it. There's so many ways to house hack, guys. Silicon Valley, the show. He makes an incubator out of it, right? So these guys are all in there working for him. And yeah, maybe he isn't collecting rent yet. He's growing a business that's probably worth far more than that rent. Just don't get stuck in a box. Don't get pigeonholed. If you have an idea, comment down below. I'd love to hear it, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Share this, like it, subscribe. Thanks, everyone.